Here we got the legendary Team G 4500 series for big block Chevy rectangle port. These are pretty fucking good intakes. Been many a bad motherfucker built using this piece. They got big ass fucking plenum. Classic piece. They've been around for a while now. Back in the 90s, late 80s, early 90s, you had your NMCA fastest streetcar shootout. Shit, that was big at the time. Most of your pro street, your faster class cars are all running big blocks. A lot of them run these intake right here. They had these Camaros that were sponsored by Cars Group. Danny Scott was, I believe, one of the dude's names. But they were all back-halved, first-gen Camaros with 632 cube big blocks in them. Running these Team G's with Dominators. And they all run deep in the 7s in the quarter. And you could cruise them to the burger joint. Those fucking things, they were in every magazine back in the day. They were the baddest fucking street cars at the time. But that old Team G there was often found on a lot of that shit. So figured out a long time ago, these are damn good intakes. The big block version is actually better than the small block version. The small block version is a good intake, but it's about on par with a Victor Jr. Edelbrock, which is a good piece, but there's better shit out there. With these big block Team G intakes, there have been many of 800-900 horse NA single 4-barrel big block been built with these fucking intakes. So 632 cube street engines and shit. So they do the job. Goddamn flashlight. There we go. Pretty good shot at the fucking runner. You don't see these used a whole lot these days. I don't know if they still make them. They may. But about 30 years ago, in the world of the high horse, radical big block Chevys, these were it. Or they were one of it. The big fucking darts and the Victor Edelbrocks were also contenders for the shit. Team G. Which Team G, it come about, it's fucking Team Grumpy. What happened there, back in the 70s, Edelbrock and Holly, they pretty much dominated the intake situation. Weiand, they had some good tunnel rams and shit, but they didn't have their single plane 4-barrel small block intake was not very good. So they didn't have shit that could compete with the strip Dominators and the Victor Juniors and shit. So they got with old Grumpy Jenkins, Bill Jenkins, who they collaborated with before. And he's the one that designed this fucking Weiand high ram, tunnel ram intake. You get your pro ram, you get your high ram. But Grumpy's the one come up with that fucking high ram. And they consulted with him on what they needed to do. And they come out with these new line of single plane intakes. First the small block versions, and so that put them up there in the running. They were as good as the Victor Junior of the day. So now they had them a good intake that could compete with their competitors. And then a little while later come the big block version in the 80s. And this big bastard would run with the best of them. Said it was a really good intake. It still is. You can build a 850 plus horsepower in a big block with this fucking intake. No problem. But I wouldn't go stick it on your stock fucking 396, because it would be less than ideal. There you go, the Team G.